Good morning, First Christian Church. I am glad to welcome you this Monday morning. I'm up at daybreak, which reminds me of my favorite scripture verse. In the tender compassion of our God, the dawn from on high shall break upon us to shine on those who dwell in darkness and in the shadow of death, and to guide our feet into the way of peace. I am excited this morning because I have negotiated with a Twitter friend who is a photographer named Janet McClanahan, and I have been admiring her sunrise photographs that she takes from her farm in northwest Lexington for years, and I sent her a text yesterday and asked if I could include her pictures, some of her pictures, in my videos. And the reason is I just can't seem to get a good sunrise picture. I have looked all over this route and thinking that there ought to be a good place for me to pull over on the side of the road and get a good picture of sunrise. And I have yet to get a decent picture. But Janet McClanahan lives on a farm with a pond and horses, and she gets amazing pictures. And I want you to see some of her sunrise pictures, and I think her pictures, so kindly has offered, is going to make a huge difference in the quality of my videos that I'm presenting. I've had a couple of people worry about me driving and recording at the same time, and I appreciate your concern. I guess it's like talking to somebody who's riding in the car. I try not to look at the camera too much, but I'm looking at the road and going on a straight line. Bill Barker said it was fine. He just didn't want me doing this when I was riding my motorcycle to work, and I'll try not to do that. And the other thing that I wanted to mention was that I got my old truck worked on. I got a new muffler, and I hope that it's a lot quieter now. So I've got my truck running pretty well, and I'm back to driving the truck, and I'm glad for that, and it is quiet as a mouse, so that's a good thing. This truck will last me probably another 208,000 miles now. We'll see. I wanted to tell you that I received word yesterday. I received a text from Sue Preet that many of you remember. I think she lives in Indiana now, and she had been in touch with Nancy Melios, and she texted me to say that Nancy had died, and she gave me the contact number of her family, her daughter Jane, in Lexington. And so I called yesterday, and they are planning a memorial service next Saturday in Lexington, and asked me to be a part of that, so I will be doing that. I remember George and Nancy well, for when they first came while I was the interim pastor before, and I had visited them in their home, and it must have been January, and Nancy was saying to me, well, we just are having great trouble getting somebody to help us take down the Christmas tree. And I sat there and I said, well, I can help you take down that Christmas tree. And I took down their Christmas tree that year, and they later kept coming and joined the church. I think they joined the church while I was gone, and Joy was your pastor. But now both George and Nancy have passed away. But you be praying for this family and their time of loss. Let's keep that in mind. Good morning, Yvonne.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What do you think about this new vacuum cleaner?
It helps me get my job done a lot faster.
And Jack said this was a Cadillac.
Yes.
It's a Cadillac?
Yes. When I looked in the closet and I seen this, that's what I thought I had, a brand new Cadillac.
That is too great.
Yeah.
And so how's your back?
It's better.
You're doing better?
I'm doing better.
And your mama?
She's doing good.
Doing good.
Yeah. she's
Now
doing
then tell
good.
me about your 2 kids. You have 2 kids?
I have 2 sons. They're
2
grown.
sons.
They're 31 and 28.
31 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they do?
They work and they work.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good. And how long have you been here?
I've been here 3 years.
3 years. And how do you feel about your work?
I love my job. I love my job. I plan to retire here.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Has everybody been nice to you?
Everybody. I've not had an issue here. Everybody's so nice.
That's so good.
Yeah, I love my
And
job.
what's the hardest part about your job?
Carpets.
Carpets.
Yes, sir.
But this helps, huh?
This helps.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm at home now at the end of another good day at First Christian Church. Want to review a few things. We had a really good elders meeting yesterday in which they talked about some ministry opportunities, and then I kind of divided them into groups and had them wrestle with the question, what is God saying to First Christian Church? They came up with some interesting answers that you'll hear about later. And let's see, we had a good staff meeting today, learned a couple of things. I guess these are pastoral care things. John Funkenhouse's friend, Lindsay Campbell, actually died of COVID. He was on our prayer list, and we want to be praying for him. Also learned that Jane Boyd is still in the hospital with her arm. You know, she went into the hospital Saturday and had surgery, I think, on Saturday, again on her arm. And they've done some cultures from the blood. They've had to put in a PICC line. It's probably going to be at least Thursday before she gets home, and she had a rough night last night with the pain, so we certainly want to be praying for her. One of the interesting things that the youth just about finished their decoration of their room, and it looks amazingly good. They've done some really good work on that. So it's been a good day. I worked on the stewardship giving campaign this afternoon some, had a good meeting with Martha Bryant, and we did some good planning. So it's been a good day at First Christian Church, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember, if there's anything true, if there's anything honest, if there's anything just, if there's anything pure, if there's anything lovely, if there's anything of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things.